Hi, I'm MDC Hostel Moore, and I'm here with TJ, and we are going to be working on our video. He knows we're doing a video right now that we're going to be doing his incoming uh, into Jam's transitional house, and so he's already did give us permission to put him on video. So I do want to say again, hi, how are you?
I'm all right.
You're okay today? Good. I know you already went and saw roughly the house, as far as the premise goes and where things are at, and you'll get another tour more on the actual screening as far as what kind of program are we going to be setting you up with. We are going to do some more of the interviewing so we can get you into the right programs that we're going to want to decide what you want to work with, okay, when you're with us. But I do want to give you a couple of things. First of all, and I do write a lot on my paperwork, my notebooks, because it keeps me going, reminds me to make sure I do my follow up. When I tell you I'm going to check on something, I'm going to go check on something because I write it down. So, that's one of the big things that I'm really good at. I do also like you to have that same kind of opportunity. Whenever we're going to have a session, by all means, write down questions, write down thoughts. Don't have any problem with writing what you're thinking, okay, what you're feeling. It's a process. It's something that hopefully you will be learning as you're going through our system. Um, and so, like I said, we are an 18-month process, okay? And I know right now it's a little difficult for you to probably want to be like, go ahead, I want to be here, okay? One of the things that I have really found here is that I've been trying to make sure that all our staff are really open to conversation, because that's the only way we get to know what you're thinking and what you get to know what we're thinking, okay? So a lot of times you'll see that where I might ask you to be more specific, okay? It's not because I don't understand the language. It's because I really do want you to be more specific as to what you feel you need or what you think you need versus what you want, okay? So a lot of our questions might be kind of open, but that's a reason for it. I really am not big into the yes or no answers most of the time, okay? In sessions. Now, if it's like, are you walking out the door? That's a yes or no. If you say, do you have a minute? That's a yes or no question. I gotcha. And some of that. But that's one of the things we'll be working on as we go through. So if you are in need of a pen, by all means, you can ask me for one. Or if you want to write down later, that's fine. We got plenty of pens and pencils throughout the house. They're going to give you some more things, but like I said, I wanted to make sure you have at least something right now in case something comes up you want to follow through. Like I said, I'm going to be doing that as well. Okay? So my first thing I want to kind of get into, because you haven't really had a chance to say anything, you've just been hearing me. And so I'm going to give you an opportunity. I know you're court ordered here, but why did you choose to accept this versus any of your other options that you had? Because I know you have more than one house to look at.
Because this is one of the cheapest, and it's preferred this over jail.
Over jail. Okay, when you're saying the cheapest, is that because your family's paying for it, or you're paying for it? What's going on with that?
I'm paying for it.
You're paying for it? Oh, okay. Nice. Did you have a job before this, or were you?
Business consultant.
You're a business consultant. Okay. What kind of business do you tend to work with?
We're a small time, but they weren't exactly corporate.
Mm-hmm.
But There's people who didn't really know what they were going to go after they reached their 5-year plan.
In the corporations or?
No, things like restaurants, mechanic shops, just people who didn't think that far down the road.
And your part was to set up the business plan or to
help them with the business plan. And of course, they didn't really think that I should get paid much for just talking. But in the end, they're all right.
So did you work just with the administration part of them, or just the owners, or
Usually
also
administration. Usually administration, occasionally with the staff, and most of the time the owners are the administration. So.
Well, that's really good because in a way we can take a lot of your experience on what you did for other people and maybe try to apply some of that to your own life when you're thinking about what you got to do while you're here and maybe what you're going to do when you're not here, when you're gone. You've already graduated, hopefully, from us, and when you're going back to court. So that might be one of those things where you could start setting up smaller goals and then long-term goals.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of short-term goal time frames would you think would be important if we're an 18-month place?
Well, they told me that I need to go a long-term period, which is going to be specified by you and your team on how long I can go without drinking, and to learn to control my anger so I can manage it in a professional environment.
Okay. But when we're thinking our short-term goals, what do you think would be something you could work with when you're thinking about our short-term ones? I mean, how long have you been in the past without alcohol?
3 days.
3 days?
About.
Okay. What about the anger issues? And you're saying, so you've had issues where you're at the location and you got so upset?
No. I mean, not to the point of physical confrontation. The reason why I'm there is because the reason why it's brought up is because of past auto collision and things got heated. So that's why my anger was brought up.
So was that like was it a DUI kind of situation?
Not on my end. I was inebriated, but I wasn't driving. I was just angry.
Okay, you were the one who was angry. So were you the one who actually started talking more to the police officers?
No. I got in a confrontation with the person that hit us.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. And what happened when the officers got there? How did you react then?
I don't want to say calmly.
Uh-huh. What did they put on your paperwork? Did they say you were violent?
Yeah.
Did they say you were violent against them or just towards the other party?
Towards the other party. I mean, I did kind of push the dude a little bit after he was telling me to get off, but.
Okay. All right. Well, physical parts, that is one of our things also that we have. So you'll be working with them as well. We do have some different, like Tai Chi, taking some of the other issues that people have where, maybe taking a little bit more of meditation to a physical level. Okay? So that's something that you can talk to them when you're going to our gym.
Karate stuff?
Well, the thing about Tai Chi, the good part about it is that even though it's still under Taekwondo and martial arts, it's more on the meditation side. So you get to work out a lot on there, but it's a little bit more for someone who's like physically fit who has issues. The other things, we also do other things like throw socks at the wall. People don't think about that, but how many times have you thrown something, you broke it, And then you're like, drugs later on. You're like, I have to go buy a new one. Have you ever had to do that?
Back when I was in like middle school.
One of the things that we'll do, and we'll talk more about that as we come back to it. But one of the things we promote is like if you need to, is you throw yourself at a wall. You get so much physical energy out of it, and it's safe. It's it gets the anger part where you want to do something physical out, but it's still safe for you, for the environment, for your money, your pocket. When you're talking about cost of things, this will be right up your alley on that one. Uh, the main thing is what I'm looking at is how you're going to want to. What do you want to change in your life? I mean, now you told me what the court said, but what do you want?
I feel fine.
You feel fine with your drinking aspect too?
I guess I can cut back. You know.
What
I mean, like, I won't lie. It's definitely a drain on my financial area, but I don't think it's that bad.
Okay, so you're not doing the $2 wine. You're doing really good stuff when you're drinking.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do more hard liquor.
Usually.
Okay.
I don't drink beers or anything like that.
Okay, no, it's fine. When you drink, just giving me a rough, part right now. Is it mostly like at your parties or just during? A lot of times management meetings they do have drinks. Do you have it while you're actually doing the management meeting, or you do it after the management meeting?
Only if at work. It's only if it's like complimentary. You know, if people that I'm working with say, "Would you like a drink?" and they're pouring themselves a glass, then I will. And it's usually something simple. It's not like it's vodka or all that stuff. I mean, like, it's still solid, but and even then, it's not like I'm drinking it out of the bottle. And most of the time, my actual drinking is usually at parties or with like 2 or 3 friends and stuff. But yeah, it's not like I don't want to consider myself an alcoholic.
Do you drink by yourself too,
Occasionally,
as well? Was that mostly like at home or where?
at home. It's not going to drive up to like the scenic mountain and start drinking there.
You don't go to like a bar or to some restaurant maybe at one of the hotels that you go to.
Fuck no. I buy myself my own stuff.
So you'll just buy it. Okay. What do you tend to do more? Be with your friends when you're drinking, or do you still tend to drink by yourself more?
It's about 50-50.
50-50? Okay. Is that something you want to change, though? I mean, has
Not
it bothered you?
particularly.
Has it bothered you yet physically? I mean, you're still kind of young, but physically, has it made any other issues with you besides the driving issues or the legal issues?
I drink considerably a lot less on my own. So, other than the fact that it's expensive, not really.
Okay. Do you know roughly how many you can drink before you start feeling it?
Depending on what it is, and depending on if I'm mixing with other stuff.
What do you have a tendency towards?
Using hard liquor as a concept, I'll use say like tequila for example. I can take about like maybe 6 shots and still be solid. I'll be able to walk straight, see straight, think clearly. But after about like 8 or 9, I start feeling it.
Okay. Now, when you're talking about also your anger side of it, when does that kick in when you're drinking?
I have no recollection, and neither do my friends, of me getting violent when I'm drunk. Of course, there's been like heated conversations or like cursing someone out, but never point to physical altercations, with the exception of the auto incident. Well, I'm gonna just say that dude was an asshole.
Okay. Is that because when you're thinking about the altercation, they're on your side, and so that's why they're saying everything was okay because you were on their side and it was against someone else? When you mean altercation, what are you referring to more specifically?
I punched the dude.
Okay. So it's different when you're against someone else that's not part of your people.
I guess.
Okay, now just kind of want to get an idea because that's where, when the legal side starts taking a look at what's considered violent or not violent. Are you more than just a DUI? Are you just intoxicated, but it's still in public?
Mm-hmm.
So, these are things where we got to really take a look at what you want, what you don't want. So, what are you thinking right now as far as the legal part of it? How much do you want to change so that you fit within the legal side of what they want?
Pretty much just what you said, enough to fit within the legal parameters. That is what I'm under.
Okay. So then we're going to need to try to see where maybe we want to know why you feel so angry or why you want to drink so much at the times that you do. What do you think of that as the initial part?
Seems alright.
Well, why don't we try to go at least for, I know everybody talks about 1 day at a time. Let's also have a little bit more. Let's go with the 1 week as a goal. And let's see how you are at the week. But keep writing down what's going on. And like I said, we're going to get you into some of our projects and some of our programs. So it keeps you busy so that maybe you can reach those goals and then we can work on the next set.
I guess that's what it takes.
Do you think that's something you could reasonably try to do?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'd like to welcome you again. I think this is definitely going to be a most interesting start. I like your business side on you because, of course, that helps relate to what I'm coming from. And hopefully we will be able to get the other goals in there. And I want you to start thinking about that when you're looking at writing. Tomorrow we're going to meet shortly again. Once they start talking about what programs you're going to go, I'll look it over as well. But I do want to meet up with you again. So if anything comes up as you're talking to them and you haven't got a chance to finish working with them on it, or it comes up later on at night, please write it down so we can make sure we start getting things addressed. What's really important here is that we actually address issues. Okay?
Alright.
Do you have any questions on me right now?
Are we done? Can I go?
Yes, you are going to be down. We're going to be eating pretty soon. And later on, we'll be working on that too with you getting part to the activities of all that. But for today, you get to actually just enjoy the food that they're making, okay?
Alright.
All right. Well, again, welcome to you. I'd like to see how things are going, and you can always knock on my door. I may not always have a minute right away, but I'll definitely try to work everything in there, okay?
Alright.
All right. Thank you again. You all have a good day,